This movie made me think, can a movie be good just solely on two great performances? Hey everyone, welcome to the review. Here's my review for the movie The Mountain Between Us. Yes, The Mountain Between Us stars Idris Elba, Kate Winslet, and Beau Bridges. And this movie is directed by this guy right here. I am not going to attempt to say his name. I don't want to butcher his name and stuff, but I know he's done a lot of foreign films and a lot of great critically acclaimed films, but I've never seen a movie made by this filmmaker, but I have seen this one. Yes, I got an early screening to go see this movie. I had two choices to go see either the movie Flatliners or do an early screening for The Mountain Between Us. And I chose The Mountain Between Us because Flatliners looks just absolutely awful and I could just see it later this weekend. I wanted to see an early screening of this movie and I was curious about this film because it was like a survival movie. It has Idris Elba, an actor that I love. It has Kate Winslet, an actress that I love. It's got Beau Bridges. He's an actor, and yeah, I was curious about it, and there was some pretty good reviews for it. It's like a 77% now on Rotten Tomatoes, so the critics seem to like it just fine, and yeah, so I'm like, maybe I'll like this movie. Maybe this will be, maybe not a masterpiece, but a fun, entertaining, enjoyable, romantic film, also a survival film. I like very good survival movies if they're really done right, and yeah, so I went to go see this movie, and my thoughts and opinions are, it's okay. Nothing great. It's okay. This movie is really watchable for only two good reasons, and I don't know if that is enough to recommend people to go see this movie. The other stuff in the movie is by no means bad, but it's not really that great. Yes, the two things that work really well in this movie is Kate Winslet and Idris Elba. Yes, that is the biggest praise I can give this movie. Kate Winslet is really great in this movie. Idris Elba is really great in this movie. They play great characters. They have pretty good chemistry with each other, and they're great actors, and they act their asses off in this movie, and they're really enjoyable in this film. Everything else is very by the numbers, very predictable, very cliched, very sappy, very melodramatic, and just nothing that special. Well, the story of this movie, if you've seen the trailers, it is literally what the trailers tell you. This is a very by-the-numbers movie. It's only an hour and 38 minutes long. It's literally these two strangers. They're on a plane. The plane crashes in the middle of this mountain, and it's like freezing out. Kate Winslet is hurt. Idris Elba is trying to save her and stuff, and it's just them two in this mountain together, strangers, and they're trying to survive, and they build a friendship which leads to almost a romance, and it's them trying to survive on this mountain. They try to survive the cold. There's like wildlife animals. One of them almost drowns. One of them almost freezes to death. One of them gets really bad frostbite. There's just a lot of challenges they have to go through on a mountaintop. But again, that has been done before, and it's been done in romantic ways as well. So there's something about this story that feels very fresh or very original. It's very been there, done that, and yeah, it kind of is. They don't really bring much new freshness to this sort of genre or this sort of storytelling. It is a very by-the-numbers, very cliched, very predictable film. I knew exactly where this movie was going. I thought maybe the movie would end with a twist or something, or, put a little different spin on it, maybe put some dark comedy in it. There's not a lot of comedy in this movie. It is a straight adventure, survival story, romantic story, and again, Kate Winslet is fantastic. Idris Elba is so good in this movie, and they have pretty good chemistry, but that's really it. The direction it's fine. The cinematography, nothing that amazing, nothing that grand. It's fine. The score is mediocre at best. The writing, there's nothing too corny or too cheesy. It's really safe. The dialogue is very safe. They talk about their personal lives, but it's not too interesting. Sometimes it's interesting, but then when it gets too interesting, they cut and go to the next scene. So it's a little interesting, but not too interesting. So yeah, it's very paint by numbers, very predictable. And again, I knew exactly where this movie was going. And when I left after the movie ended, I was like, oh, that's it? That's bit disappointing. I kind of wanted more, because it's Kate Winslet and Idris Elba. These are great actors, and like, she's an Oscar-winning actress, and he will probably soon be an Oscar-winning actor, and just, you expect more. Like, it's a survival story, it's got two A-list actors, and you just expect something more deep and more personal, more thought-provoking, or at least more thrilling. Like, even the scenes when, like, a character's in danger, I just didn't feel it. The performances are still good, and they try to put tension in the film. Just, I knew what was gonna happen, stuff. Like, again, it's predictable. I knew if this person was gonna live or not, or if they were gonna die in this moment. And even when there was, like, a sappy speech was about to happen, I knew it was about to happen, because the score let us know that a sappy speech was about to happen. So, it's very paint by numbers, and I kind of want to give it a positive review because I love Idris Elba and I love Kate Winslet so much, but I don't know if I should give this movie a recommendation just because of them. But if you go into this movie, that's all you want. If you're just going into The Mountain Between Us just to see good performances by Kate Winslet and Idris Elba, if you're just going into this movie saying, I just want to see it for Idris Elba and Kate Winslet, that's kind of it. I don't want anything deep or thought-provoking. I just want to watch it for them too. You might get your money's worth. I went into the movie expecting something more deep, more meaningful, more romantic, more edgy, more thrilling and stuff, a little more clever, maybe some really interesting and very revolutionary filmmaking. I think that's a lot to ask. I might get that with Blade Runner 2049, but maybe not The Mountain Between Us. This was just a very predictable romantic film, and honestly, some people will like it just fine. I can see some of the critics, they like it just fine. Me, it's fun. It's not that bad. Like, there's nothing about this movie that pissed me off, or I'm like, oh, fuck this movie's a piece of shit. Nothing like that. It's just very paint by numbers and predictable. So yeah, take with that what you will. Like, if that's fine for you, then you might like this movie, but some of you might be very disappointed, so keep caution when this movie comes out. So yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give the movie The Mountain Between Us a 6.3 out of 10. I think that's a pretty generous rating. It's not a great movie, it's very paint by numbers, but it's by no means bad. Like, there was no part of this movie I was getting angry or frustrated with. I was just a little disappointed. So yeah, that was my review for the movie The Mountain Between Us. So yeah, in the comment section below, please tell me, answer this question. Do you think a movie can be good just solely on two lead performances? Like, honestly, it's an interesting question. Can a movie be good enough just because the two leads are great? Like, can a movie ride solely on that? Give me your thoughts and opinions on that question. Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.